There's a lingering, almost stubborn stereotype out there in the West that Chinese tech and weaponry are nothing more than cheap knockoffs of American and European designs, mass-produced, reverse-engineered, and prioritizing absolute quantity over actual combat quality. But in today's rapidly shifting geopolitical landscape, holding on to that assumption isn't just outdated, it's genuinely dangerous, especially when we start talking about the apex predator of the People's Liberation Army Air Force, the mighty dragon of the skies, the Chengdu J-20. This fifth-generation stealth fighter wasn't just slapped together to look intimidating for military parades in Beijing. It was meticulously engineered with one highly specific tactical goal in mind: to directly challenge American air superiority and violently shake up the balance of power across the Indo-Pacific region. Today, I'm taking you deep behind the curtain to examine the technology that has the Pentagon on high alert. Is the J-20 truly the real deal? Has it actually closed the gap or even surpassed the legendary F-35 Lightning II? Or is this all just a highly sophisticated illusion fueled by Beijing's state propaganda? Buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and get ready, because today's deep dive is going to completely change how you look at the modern realities of Asian military tech. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mick, and today we're tackling one of the absolute most heated debates in military aviation and global geopolitics: the meteoric rise of the Chengdu J-20 stealth fighter. Let's rewind the clock a bit. If we go back just over a decade ago to early 2011, blurry amateur photos of a massive, black, futuristic-looking jet first leaked onto Chinese military forums. At the time, a lot of Western defense analysts actually laughed it off. Many claimed the photos were doctored or that the jet was just a fiberglass mock-up designed for psychological warfare. Top aviation experts swore up and down that China lacked the advanced metallurgy, the complex avionics, and the precision engineering required to get a stealth jet of that massive size off the runway for real combat missions. But time has proven that they severely underestimated the speed of Chinese innovation. They didn't just build a prototype, they built a pipeline. Today, the J-20 isn't just flying test routes, it's officially in mass production. We are looking at an active fleet of well over 200 operational units, making it the second largest fifth-generation stealth fleet on the entire planet, sitting right behind the American F-35. Let that sink in for a second. This is arguably one of the fastest, most aggressive technological leaps in the history of military aviation. Now, the real turning point that elevated the J-20 from a potential threat to a true game-changer isn't just its futuristic aerodynamic profile or those highly recognizable agile canards up front. The true secret, the holy grail in their aviation industry, lies deeply buried in its heart: the brand-new WS-15 engine. For decades, the absolute biggest Achilles heel for China's aerospace sector was building high-performance jet engines. They had to rely on heavy, older-generation Russian imports. This meant the early batches of the J-20 were severely handicapped. Imagine buying a multi-million-dollar, aerodynamically perfect supercar but being forced to drop a loud, inefficient economy-class engine under the hood. To make matters worse, stealth isn't just about deflecting radar waves, it's about thermal management. Those older Russian engines ran incredibly hot and smoky, which totally compromised the jet's stealth profile, making it light up like a Christmas tree on enemy infrared tracking sensors. But the arrival of the WS-15 engine, developed entirely in-house after years of frustrating setbacks and massive R&D funding, completely shattered those limitations. This engine finally gives the J-20 the coveted ability to supercruise. In simple terms, supercruise means the jet can sustain supersonic speeds continuously without needing to dump raw fuel into its afterburners. This translates to flying much faster, reaching combat zones quicker, saving massive amounts of fuel, and significantly reducing its thermal heat signature. Furthermore, that massive kinetic thrust from the engines actually transfers to the weapons. When the J-20 launches a missile while flying at supersonic speeds, that missile starts its journey with an incredible kinetic boost, dramatically extending its lethal range. The WS-15 was the final, critical puzzle piece China desperately needed to stand toe-to-toe with Western air power. So, now that we fully understand the sheer, terrifying capability of the J-20, the million-dollar question that everyone constantly argues about in the comments section is, in a one-on-one dogfight against America's golden child, the F-35, who actually wins? This debate dominates defense forums worldwide, but it often misses the point because the design philosophies and the core combat doctrines behind these two jets are fundamentally almost entirely different. Let's look at the US F-35 Lightning II. It was designed from the ground up to be a flying computer, or essentially the quarterback of the digital battlefield. Its primary weapon isn't just its missiles, it's its brain. It prioritizes having the world's most advanced sensor fusion, taking data from radar, infrared cameras, and electronic warfare suites, and combining it into a god's eye view of the battle space. It features unparalleled network-centric warfare capabilities, meaning what one F-35 sees, every ship, tank, and allied jet in the area also sees. It might not be the fastest jet, and it might not turn the tightest, but its top-tier stealth means it is designed to see you first, identify you first, and either shoot you down or guide a missile from a completely different platform to your location before you even realize you're being painted by radar. The J-20, on the other hand, is built with a completely different philosophy. It is an aerial sniper and a dedicated door kicker. It focuses on pushing extreme Mach 2+ speeds, flying at extreme operational altitudes, and carrying massive long-range air-to-air missiles. China understands the tyranny of distance in the Pacific Ocean. They know the American military heavily relies on slow, vulnerable support aircraft, like the E-3 Sentry AWACS radar planes or the KC-135 aerial refueling tankers. Without tankers, American jets don't have the legs to reach the fight. Without AWACS, they lose their radar overwatch. China's tactic is to use the J-20's frontal stealth to pierce deep through the US fighter screens, avoid the dogfight entirely, and assassinate those high-value logistics targets from 100 miles away. If the US loses those support aircraft, the F-35 fleet is essentially flying blind, running out of gas over the open ocean, and completely vulnerable. It's a brilliant, highly fatal blow to the American way of war. To give you a crystal clear picture of how these two apex predators stack up, I've put together a head-to-head spec comparison. We're looking at their roles, their weapon systems, and the latest estimated price tags. Let's look at the numbers and see just how expensive these modern rulers of the sky really are. So, what do you guys think? Seeing those hard numbers back to back probably makes you do a double take. Looking at the J-20's column on the left, it's immediately clear that this Iron Dragon brutally breaches Mach 2 and boasts a combat radius almost double that of the F-35. These specs aren't an accident. They perfectly align with China's absolute strategic need to patrol the vast, open expanses of the South China Sea and push American carrier strike groups further out into the Pacific. And if you look closely at the hardpoints and weaponry section, the massive difference in their military doctrine becomes glaringly obvious. The J-20 prioritizes hiding its massive PL-15 missiles, which feature a dual-pulse rocket motor designed to chase down targets at extreme ranges completely inside its internal weapon bays. This allows it to maintain an absolute clean stealth profile, waiting in the shadows for the perfect moment to snipe targets from afar. Meanwhile, the F-35 on the right tells a different story. Despite having internal bays for its stealth missions on day one of a war, once air superiority is established and the enemy's air defenses are crushed, the F-35 can be completely loaded out on its external wings. This is known affectionately in military circles as beast mode. When operating in beast mode, the F-35 sacrifices its stealth, lighting up on radar like a barn door, but it allows the jet to act as a premier bomb truck. It can carry a staggeringly heavy payload of IM-120 missiles and precision JDAM bombs to relentlessly pound ground targets, packing a much heavier, localized punch for ground support than the J-20 ever could. The pricing is also super interesting, and it breaks a lot of common myths. A lot of people assume anything built in China is automatically cheaper than American tech, but that's simply not the case here. The J-20 is a significantly larger aircraft. It requires more radar-absorbent materials, and it houses massive twin engines, which pushes its flyaway cost, the cost to just roll it out of the factory, to roughly $110 million per unit. That's actually substantially higher than the F-35. Because the US mass produces the F-35 for allied nations around the globe, from the UK to Japan to Israel, those massive economies of scale have successfully brought its unit cost down to an impressive $82.5 million. But hold on a second. Don't let the flyaway cost fool you. If you look at the procurement cost for a full squadron of just 12 jets, we are quickly hitting the $2.5 billion mark. What does that massive number tell us? It tells us that owning a fifth-generation fighter fleet isn't just about handing over a check, buying the planes, and parking them on a runway. Looking at historical, real-world deals, like when Finland or Switzerland procured the F-35, these packages are insanely comprehensive. They include advanced software integration, global supply chain maintenance systems, spare parts logistics, custom climate-controlled hangars required to protect the delicate stealth coating from humidity, and highly advanced augmented reality pilot helmets that cost nearly $400,000 each. These helmets literally let the pilot look down and see through the floor of their own aircraft. Not to mention the exorbitant cost per flight hour just to keep these things in the air. This is the true hidden reality of the military-industrial complex. It's essentially a multi-billion-dollar long-term subscription service that binds the buyer and seller politically and militarily for the next 30 to 40 years. Now, seeing how lethal, advanced, and strategically vital the J-20 is, a lot of you might be wondering the obvious question: does China sell the J-20 to other countries to make money and build alliances, just like the US sells the F-35? Is anyone trying to buy it? The definitive answer is there is massive global demand, but it is strictly 100% not for sale. Even though close military allies like Pakistan or deep-pocketed Middle Eastern countries looking to diversify away from American weapons would gladly pay top dollar for this tier of technology, Beijing has placed an absolute hard export ban on the J-20. They consider it a top-secret, irreplaceable national security asset. China simply isn't willing to risk the proprietary secrets of the WS-15 engine's metallurgy, their advanced AESA radar systems, or the chemical composition of their stealth coating falling into the wrong hands, or worse, being reverse engineered by Western intelligence. If an allied country wants a 5th-gen stealth fighter from China, Beijing will gladly steer them toward the FC-31 or the upcoming J-35, a slightly smaller, less capable model specifically designed from the ground up for the export market. Keeping the J-20 exclusively for themselves is an aggressive geopolitical flex, ensuring China maintains total, unquestioned air superiority in its own neighborhood. Looking past today's specs, the most terrifying thing about the future of these stealth jets isn't the airframe, the engines, or the missiles. It's the electronic brain. As artificial intelligence continues to violently disrupt every commercial industry, the military battlefield is no exception. Both the Pentagon and the PLA are aggressively pouring billions into developing what's known as loyal wingman programs. These are highly advanced AI-controlled unmanned combat drones designed to fly in perfect formation right alongside the primary manned fighter jets. Imagine this tactical nightmare. In the near future, a single human-piloted J-20 could fly into a contested battle space accompanied by a swarm of 4 or 5 stealth combat drones. The cognitive load on the pilot changes entirely. The human pilot no longer just flies the plane, they act as a battlefield commander, managing a localized network. They direct the AI drones to push forward to strike heavily defended targets, fly ahead as distributed sensor nodes to locate hidden enemy SAM sites, or even act as sacrificial decoys to absorb incoming enemy missiles, protecting the human pilot at all costs. This isn't a sci-fi movie plot. These projects are already in live flight testing phases right now, and we will absolutely see them deployed as standard doctrine in the next decade. Whoever masters this AI integration and the lightning-fast, unjammable network data links required to run it will be the undisputed winner of modern warfare. And there you have it, the full, uncompromising breakdown of the Chengdu J-20. This Iron Dragon is fundamentally shifting the balance of power in global airspace. It's no longer just about showing off shiny new weapons on state TV. It's a bold, undeniable statement that China is ready and willing to lead in high-end military tech, and they are no longer satisfied with just being a follower. The fierce, high-stakes rivalry between the J-20 and the F-35 will continue to be the ultimate catalyst for global innovations in material science, propulsion engineering, and weaponized AI. Before I sign off today, I want to leave you guys with a fun tactical scenario to debate down in the comments. Let's say the unthinkable happens tomorrow, and a J-20 is forced to engage in a completely isolated one-on-one dogfight with an F-35, with absolutely no support aircraft, AWACS, or ground radar involved for either side. Just pilot versus pilot, machine versus machine. Who do you think makes it back to base alive? Drop your in-depth analysis and your vote in the comments down below. No matter which side you're rooting for, I'll be reading and replying to the best takes. If you love these deep dives into cutting-edge tech, international business, and modern military strategies, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next upload. That's it for today. I'm Mick, and I'll see you in the next video.